Right, I'm just going to tell you now, I didn't play this for very long because it actually has really made me feel sick and has given me a bit of a headache.
Welcome to another Croina vs FPS, where I challenge Croina, a regular everyday working professional who isn't a gamer, to tackle a first-person shooter from yesteryear. Today's entry is Terminator Rampage, the third Terminator game from Bethesda Softworks, and their debut in the genre. This title sits between the likes of Wolfenstein 3D and Doom, but without a source port. How will Croina fare? Here are her thoughts.
The controls, I think they were automatically set to keyboard controls. I could work out how to move forward, backwards and things like that. I couldn't work out how to shoot, so I randomly started hitting buttons. I did find a map though in this game. If you hit V and then if you hit F1, it shows you a whole load of something, I don't know what. So I changed it around to mouse controls. I don't have a big desk, so playing it with the mouse is a bit annoying, but at least I could shoot things this time around. It was kind of annoying, the doors didn't automatically open, so you still kind of had to use your keyboard. It was very juddery or something. The overall visuals of it was really starting to make me feel sick. I couldn't actually play it in full screen mode either, so I had to play it in like a tiny little box, and even then it started to make me feel sick. The mouse controls were certainly better than the keyboard controls. I have seen the Terminator movies. I am not a fan of the more modern ones, but one of them films I guess I could watch over and over again. I watched a bit of the intro of this game. Usually I skip through all that. I've seen some snippets of the film, a very pixelated version of the film. I can't really compare the two. To me, the game's separate from the film, aside from that little intro that I saw. I didn't enjoy the game purely because of the visuals. It was just making me feel sick. So whenever I opened the door and there was an enemy, a wee box came up in the corner, in the right hand corner. I didn't really pay much attention to the box itself, other than the beep let me know that there was something there that I needed to shoot at. Again, because of the graphics, sometimes it was kind of hard for me to see. There was a big ball enemy thing. Are them things in the film? I don't think they are. One of them looked like something out of Star Wars. The only way I knew it was there was because of the beeping and the thing in the corner, so I guess that is useful. And the thing in the air, it was annoying that you couldn't look up and shoot at it. You kind of had to wait for it to come in your aiming line before you could actually shoot at it. That was kind of annoying. The weapons were what they were. You just kind of shoot in the general direction of where these things were coming at. You eventually got them. I guess if you were a die-hard, like a real die-hard Terminator fan, you probably would have really enjoyed this. And there was probably a lot of things that were lost on me, I'm not sure. Maybe certain references to things, perhaps in the game. Probably for its time, it probably was quite a good game. This could have been a good sort of introduction into first-person shooters. If you were waiting for the Doom game to come out, this would have been a good sort of knees up into it. And then whenever you played Doom, that would have been, in my opinion, a massive step up. Because, of course, I love Doom. If I hadn't had that little box thing that came up in the corner to tell me that there was something there, sometimes I would have missed them. And sometimes even when I was looking for them, I couldn't see them because they kind of blended into the background. This is a purely aesthetic thing. Again, the fact that you kind of had to wait for them to come into your eye line before you could shoot them. Unless there was a way to look up and I hadn't worked out how to do it. Yeah, it wasn't your standard, you know, you walk through a door and there's always 5 of them, or you walk through the door and there's always one there. It was kind of a bit more random than that. I'm not sure if it showed you on the little map where the robots were. The map was also a bit confusing because you're traveling through the black area, not the blue area. The map to me is reversed. So yeah, I mean the robots they're random enough. Maybe there was probably bigger boss type robots there. Did not enjoy the environment. It's just so pixelated. I don't remember playing another game that was this pixelated. I don't know if it's pixelated or if they've just tried to put like a texture on it and they've tried to shade it. Do you know what? I bet you that's what it is. They've tried to like make it realistic. They've tried to shade the walls, tried to put a bit of shadow on the walls and things like that. And it's actually created a literal headache for me to look at whenever I'm going around it. A bit confusing. I've mentioned this many times before about trying to find your way around these levels. I think I did come across, I'm not sure what type of walls they were. They kind of reminded me of them Japanese kind of paper walls in one of the areas. But again, I couldn't really work out where I was going. You know, I shouldn't have to keep looking at a map you know, I should be able to orientate myself so that I can come back from where I came from. But, you know, maybe I just didn't get far enough into the level, but I just couldn't orientate myself at all. You know, I just didn't really like anything. The fact that it's just really made me feel sick it's kind of really put me off ever playing it again, and I really wasn't looking forward to playing it, if I'm entirely honest with you. So I didn't really like anything, I guess. Maybe if I was more of a Terminator fan, you know, if I was a die-hard Terminator fan, I would probably have enjoyed it a bit more. I don't know. There might have been something in it I could have picked out, but I really can't, so... The robots, the thing in the corner with the robots, is a bit arbitrary. I didn't really see the point in that. Maybe there is different weapons that you could use for certain robots. Is that what that's for? I'm not really sure. The map in the corner to me seems a bit arbitrary, but that's purely probably because it was confusing me trying to look at it. There's very little that I enjoyed about this. I do not want to play this game ever again. I will be deleting it from my laptop.
So there you have it, folks. Rampage is the first title in the series that didn't work out. Will Croina's future adventures prove more fruitful, or has this game terminated her interest? Find out next time.